Yo, what up? What's going on? It's Pika calling in from Singapore. It is Thursday night. I am super happy with the way the day turned out. Excuse me, went into work as always. Dropped baby girl off, went off to work. I got there by about 9:30. So I think this is probably the best guess of the average time that I would get into work every day because I kind of travel out my way since I have to go drop my baby girl off in Amokyo for daycare, and then from there I need to take a train all the way down to Rotor to get to work. So I didn't have any errands this morning before I went to work, so straight from her school to work, and it took me about half an hour. So I got there about 9:30, opened up the office and everything, set everything up, and went straight back to my little room that I sit in and set up my computer. I had a great conversation with my aunt over in Texas, and what else? Went through all of the notes. I told you yesterday I had a really productive conversation with my boss, and we talked about the things that I would be in charge of, the things that I could take away right away, and the other things that I need to start focusing on a little bit more so that I can get some traction on the work that I need to do and start actually making a difference with the social media. So I got all the passwords and everything yesterday and started my work this morning. So I created a bunch of Instagram posts, which I have 2 or 3 actually approved by my boss anyway, so I can go ahead and start posting as of tomorrow morning. And yeah, I feel pretty good about that. So the strategy with her Instagram page, since the Instagram page itself, when you look at the grid, is columns of it's 3 columns, right? So the idea I had was to do something just like I'm doing with my own personal page right now. So one would be a picture with a quote, the other one would be a branded colors with quote, and then the last one would be like a live picture of something going on in the classrooms that we have ongoing like every day, every week. So yeah, that's the idea there. So I will start that tomorrow and see how that goes. And the good news is, because she already has like a Facebook page for the business itself, connecting her Instagram there made the Instagram page a business Instagram page as well. So I'll get insights on all of these things. I'm really excited about that. So that's the social media aspect on that note. The other thing I needed to do today was I had training with Growth Tribe. So Growth Tribe is a small Singapore company that deals with scaling businesses based on Facebook ads, ad campaigns for whatever it is you might need for your particular business. Right now, they're currently doing one ad campaign for us that spans primary 4 through 6. So we're looking at tests like the SA1 and the SA2 as precursors to the PSLE. But once again, I am not entirely sure about the meanings of these tests. For me, it was closer to the SATs and the ACTs, actually. So that's probably the most comparable that I can get this to. But they have me looking at forums like kiasuparents.com, checking into blogs, the Straits Times, the Ministry of Education, stuff like that, so I can make sure that I'm on point with all the information. Like I said, Singapore's school system is a lot more complicated than the US. There's a lot more little pieces that I need to be fully aware of and very thorough on my understanding. So I've got a lot of research, market research to do to make sure that I'm on point with that. So yeah, I had my first training session with Growth Tribe today. We did an onboarding, and we've set up my curriculum, so to speak, for the rest of the month. So today it is the 24th of August, and I went through basically all of the original slides that Sheila went through when she went through the 8-week training with Growth Tribe. They will truncate my timetable, obviously, and for the next 4 weeks after today, it will be once a week on Tuesdays from like 2 to 5, where I can sit down and really go through like what kinds of things we need to be working on, how to write ad copy, how to do market research, find a strategic positioning for whatever products I have that I'm about to launch a campaign on, like a lot of details, and I'm really, really excited about that. So, for instance, we talked about a new program that we're trying to do with Sheila, and we talked about the parameters of the program, the target audience. How do we put ourselves in a position for the parents that we're trying to target to approach us because they see that we provide a solution to a problem that they already have. So it was It was amazing. It was a brilliant conversation. The three of us, kind of like a think tank, Sheila, my boss, being the expert in her field as far as tuition for primary through secondary school kids, and then Growth Tribe's Nick, who was really, really phenomenal as far as brand positioning. Like, he was telling us that while we have a product right now, we should go for the sale rather than go for the lead. It's amazing stuff. I didn't think of it this way before, and it's quite revolutionary to me. So as you can tell, I'm pretty geeked up. I can't wait to go back and start again next week. But in the meantime, obviously, I have homework, you guys. So I need to go through and look at, our competitors, what they're selling, how they're selling, what their position is, what makes them the expert in the solution that they've chosen to offer to parents, and then how we can either piggyback off of that or position ourselves in exactly the opposite direction so that we also have a unique selling point, basically. So that was Growth Tribe today. I got out of there just after 6, ran down to pick little mama up, and I got back home. We were exhausted. We came home, we fixed dinner. I had to fix her hair because she has a field trip tomorrow. She's going out to Kidzania. I don't know if you've heard of that, but Kidzania is like a mini theme park for little kids, and they get to try on the many different job opportunities that they might possibly face in the real world. So I think Qatar Airlines is the sponsor over at Kidzania, so they have a mock plane hanging in their lobby, basically, and these little kids get to go in and pretend to be cabin crew and pilots and stuff. And the parents who have accompanied these kids would be your passengers on your flight. So super cool, super interesting concept for a kids theme park. I mean, why don't we have something like that when we were growing up? I'm kind of jealous. So she's going tomorrow with her classmates over at the school, and she needs to be there at 8 o'clock. So I was over here trying to rush and get her hair done really nice and neat so that tomorrow morning she kind of looks a little presentable. And then she goes, oh my God, we have an art project, we need to hurry up. And I was like, what do you mean an art project? Apparently this class, the K2 class, is actually going through and recreating with recyclable materials some of the most sought after tourist attractions in Singapore. So as I came into school today to pick her up, I noticed that somebody had done the Singapore Flyer, which is kind of like the wheel over. It's the only other large wheel, observation wheel. So one of them is in Singapore, the other one is actually in London. So the wheel in London is the only other one in the world at this size. So someone had made a wheel out of cardboard and toilet rolls and straws and stuff. That was really, really cool. Another little model was someone had done the cable cars that we see over at Sentosa, from Sentosa to Harbourfront. And then the last one that I saw over there was the what was it? It was Changi Airport, actually. So she actually didn't get to choose what she wanted. They kind of chose for her. So she got to do the MRT system, which is our train system. So we put together a mock-up train station with 2 cars of what would have been like, an actual train or whatever. So we drew all the lines in. We don't have any people on the station yet or anything, but we colored in the areas where we're supposed to stand as people alight from the train. And we were able to make it so that the train actually will pull through the station. It's actually a shoebox, but it's actually really cool. I thought it was really cool that we could pull it together like that. So art project tonight, did her hair really quickly tonight, dinner as usual, and then what else should happen, but she has trouble going to sleep again. So again, it was 10 o'clock before she fell asleep, even though I had her in bed by 9 o'clock. I got to work on that a little bit. So tomorrow she's supposed to be at school at 8 o'clock. Usually we leave the house at about 8:15 when we get there by about 8:30, 8:45, which tomorrow is going to be a struggle. I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to work on it. Good news, though, I'm off tomorrow. My family has an event going on, though, Vinayak Chaturthi over at the Perumal Temple, so I will be out there making modikams tomorrow morning once I drop baby girl off. So I'm actually really happy about that. I'm really excited to have split days off. Never thought you'd hear me say that, right? Split days off during the week. Going forward, next week, it'll be Monday and Fridays going forward. So I'm actually really excited. I feel like I can get a lot done. I feel like I have a purpose right now. The only thing I'm waiting on, that contract with that money figure on it. So I am going to go ahead and call it a night, you guys. I will catch you tomorrow. I'm actually really excited. I'm really happy right now. Everything's falling into place. I have a purpose for each and every day, and I know that if I really, really work on it, I can get my blog stuff together too. Oh my god. So I love you guys. Have a good night. I'm gonna catch you tomorrow, okay? Y'all take care. Bye.